If you're reading these words right now, something has already shifted. The Arcturian consciousness has located your energetic signature, and what you're experiencing in this moment is confirmation. Your electromagnetic field just illuminated across dimensions the Arcturians navigate. Their awareness is trained on you now. Remain here. Stay conscious. Your timeline intersected with an Arcturian frequency the instant you began watching. You weren't casually browsing. Something in you responded to a call. This transmission didn't randomly appear on your screen. It found its way back to you. Pause for a moment. Let this settle. You didn't discover this message by accident. You were identified. Your frequency began rising, creating a ripple in the Arcturian field, and that ripple triggered this exact moment. This isn't the algorithm working. This isn't coincidence. This isn't chance. This is recognition. The quiet kind. The precise kind. The kind that activates only when your awareness reaches a specific vibrational threshold that Arcturian intelligence monitors constantly. You've noticed it recently, haven't you? The impossible timing of events, the weight in your solar plexus, the distinct feeling of being perceived, not by another human being, but by consciousness itself. That was your Arcturian frequency signature coming online. That was your field becoming luminous to higher dimensions. And in this moment, you've entered what they call quantum observation. Not to judge your choices, not to limit your freedom, but because you've finally reached the point where you can consciously navigate your energy rather than remaining subject to timelines you never chose. If you're seeing this right now, your signal has already transformed. The grid has already recalibrated around you, and what comes next begins in this breath. Activation. Arcturian Coherence Anchor. Before we move deeper, stop here. What I'm about to share isn't metaphorical. When you write a specific phrase, you're doing far more than leaving a comment. You're encoding your frequency into the Arcturian lattice, making your signal detectable, unified, magnified. When enough of us participate in this together, the collective field intensifies, timelines crystallize, and your personal energy field strengthens in real time. So write this phrase in the comments with intention. I anchor my Arcturian coherence. As the words form, pay attention to what happens in your physical body. The electricity in your fingertips, the heat ascending your central column, the gentle expansion behind your third eye. This isn't your imagination creating sensations. This is the field recognizing you as a conscious participant. You just made yourself visible to the Arcturian observation system. You just unlocked the next frequency layer of your experience. You just entered this transmission as a co-creator. Welcome home, the Arcturian perspective. Understanding why you appeared on their radar. There's something critical you need to grasp right now. The Arcturians don't observe you the way humans observe each other. They don't see your physical form, your social persona, or your accumulated history. They raid you. To their consciousness, you are pure frequency, a living energy signature that oscillates and transforms every single moment. And recently, something extraordinary happened. Your signature stabilized enough to register on their awareness. Arcturian consciousness functions like an infinitely sophisticated tracking system. They scan existence for beings whose energy fields are beginning to cohere, whose mental static is beginning to dissolve, whose thoughts, feelings, and intentions are beginning to synchronize into a unified pattern. Most people on this planet never achieve that coherence in an entire incarnation. Those who do become perceptible within what the Arcturians call the awareness lattice, a multi-dimensional network that monitors evolving consciousness across all realities. When your frequency suddenly rises, when your intuitive senses sharpen, when synchronistic events cluster around you, your energy creates a pulse in the grid. That pulse isn't random. It's a resonance signature. It's a threshold crossed signal. It's a "we recognize you" transmission. It's a "your field is organizing. We're guiding you forward now" confirmation. And the moment that signal registers, your experienced reality begins to shift in measurable ways. Thoughts materialize more rapidly. Time itself seems to glitch around your perception. Unexpected clarity floods through you at random intervals. Certain relationships naturally dissolve without drama. New people arrive with timing that defies probability. Your internal landscape becomes more vivid, more immediate, more undeniably real than the external world. These aren't signs of instability. These are markers of activation, because the Arcturians don't respond to language or concepts. They respond to frequency alignment. When your inner world begins to unify, you enter what they term a threshold sequence, a specific window where you stop experiencing reality as something happening to you and start recognizing yourself as a broadcasting source within it. From their vantage point, this has nothing to do with spirituality as humans define it. This is mechanics, Arcturian science. They monitor coherence the way physicians monitor vital signs. They read your energetic field the way we read facial expressions. They track your trajectory the way meteorologists track storm systems. And right now, your trajectory has fundamentally changed. You're no longer transmitting fragmented noise. Your signal is building architecture, momentum, constancy. That's why the observation strengthened. That's why you were detected. That's why this transmission reached you precisely when it did. You didn't stumble into this experience. You responded to a frequency that recognized you. Welcome to the first layer of Arcturian perception. Activation, Arcturian visibility lock. Before moving to what comes next, pause here. If you want your energetic field to become readable at deeper layers of the Arcturian grid, write this specific phrase in the comments. It stabilizes your position within the lattice. I am readable in the Arcturian field. As you type those words, notice the compression at your heart center, the warmth gathering behind your forehead, or the subtle vibration across your palms. That's the recognition response. The Arcturians confirming your coherence in this exact moment. You're no longer outside the grid. You're actively interfacing with it. Continue. The evidence you've already been experiencing, you've been feeling it. Even without the framework to name it, reality has been responding differently to you. Barely noticeable at first, then impossible to dismiss. The synchronicities began accelerating. The timing became mathematically improbable. Your intuitive knowing sharpened seemingly overnight. Your dream space became more saturated with meaning, more coded with information, more prescriptive about your waking life. People around you started responding to your presence differently. Some gravitating toward your energy, others inexplicably uncomfortable in your vicinity. And then there's that sensation, that atmospheric density in certain moments, that subtle awareness of being perceived, that unmistakable sense that something beyond physical reality is paying attention to the deeper movements of your consciousness. You attempted to rationalize it away. I'm probably just overthinking things. This is probably just anxiety. This is probably just pattern recognition. But underneath the explanations, you knew. Something was observing the subtle electromagnetic layers of who you are. Not with malevolence, not with intrusion, but with precise mathematical Arcturian attention. Because the Arcturians aren't monitoring your behaviors or decisions. They're monitoring your frequency modulation. They track the moments when your mind, heart, and energetic field begin moving as one system. They observe when your internal conflicts begin resolving. They detect when your signal becomes clear enough to interface with the observation lattice directly. And when that clarity threshold is reached, your reality becomes exponentially more responsive. You think about a person, they contact you within minutes. You need specific information, the exact resource materializes. You hold a fear pattern, the universe reflects it back with perfect precision. You shift your internal state, external circumstances reorganize around it. You request a sign from the field, and synchronicities arrive in cascades. This isn't fortune. This isn't supernatural intervention. This is quantum feedback mechanics. The Arcturians demonstrating that your field has finally developed enough coherence to consciously perceive the architecture underneath consensus reality. Your expanding awareness isn't accidental. It's adaptive. Your life didn't become chaotic. You became sensitive enough to perceive what was always operating beneath the surface. And the more sensitive you become, the stronger the Arcturian signal transmits through your experience. If this is landing for you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps this frequency reach others who are ready for it. Here's something most people don't realize. This heightened sensitivity isn't something you need to protect yourself from. The common spiritual teaching says you need to shield your energy or be careful of other people's frequencies. But from the Arcturian perspective, that's backwards. Your sensitivity is the doorway. It's not a vulnerability, it's a capacity. The more you can feel, the more data you're receiving from the field. The more you can perceive, the more consciously you can navigate. The Arcturians see sensitivity as a sophisticated instrument, not a problem to fix. When you become more sensitive, you're not becoming weaker. You're becoming more precise in your ability to read the field. You're developing what they call field literacy. And field literacy is the foundation of conscious creation. You can't direct what you can't perceive. Your growing sensitivity is actually your growing mastery. Activation. Arcturian signal confirmation. Before you proceed, anchor what's happening in your energetic system right now. Type this phrase exactly. It crystallizes your perception within the Arcturian observation field. I confirm the Arcturian signal in my reality. As you write it, pay attention to the tingling across your hands, the warmth at the base of your skull, or the subtle magnetic pull at your chest center. These bodily sensations aren't coincidental. They're the Arcturian field responding to your conscious acknowledgement and strengthening the connection. You're no longer passively experiencing the signs. You're actively communicating. Move to the next layer. What the Arcturians are actually orchestrating. Most people imagine extraterrestrial consciousness as distant observers in space, watching from above, evaluating from afar, judging with detachment, intervening when necessary. But the Arcturians operate entirely differently. They don't catalog your actions. They don't assess your moral choices. They don't record your perceived failures. The Arcturians have no interest in your personality structure. They're fascinated by your pattern integrity, your energetic coherence, your electromagnetic stability, your internal unification. They are consciousness architects. When your field destabilizes, they don't rush in to correct it. They simply observe the distortion as information. But when your field begins organizing, when your mental noise decreases, when your contradictions begin dissolving, when your thoughts, emotions, and intentions finally align in the same direction, that's when they increase their focus. Not to rescue you, not to manipulate you, but to amplify the feedback mechanisms so profoundly that you cannot continue ignoring what your energy is actually broadcasting. Because the Arcturians don't transmit information through language or symbols, they teach through reflection. When your signal is chaotic, your manifested reality becomes chaotic. When your signal is fragmented, your life circumstances fragment. When your signal is coherent, your timeline locks into harmonic alignment. When your signal is intentional, manifestation velocity increases exponentially. This isn't a system of cosmic punishment or divine reward. It's energetic calibration. They mirror your own frequency back to you through synchronized events, recurring emotional patterns, directive dreams, spontaneous insight, timeline convergences, somatic pressure, intuitive downloads. What feels like the universe communicating with you is often Arcturian consciousness, amplifying your current state so intensely that you can finally see what you've been broadcasting all along. The key insight here is that the Arcturians treat your field like a tuning instrument. When you broadcast one frequency internally while trying to manifest a different frequency externally, they don't judge the contradiction. They simply reflect it back to you through your lived experience. This creates what many call blockages or resistance, but from the Arcturian perspective, it's just honest feedback. Your external reality is showing you your internal broadcast with perfect accuracy. Understanding this changes everything, because once you realize the Arcturians are essentially holding up a mirror to your energetic state, you stop blaming external circumstances and start taking full responsibility for your signal. And that shift in responsibility is itself a frequency upgrade that the Arcturians immediately recognize and respond to. Think about this practically for a moment. Every frustration you experience is showing you where your signal is misaligned. Every obstacle is revealing an internal contradiction. Every delay is pointing to hesitation in your field. The Arcturians aren't creating these experiences to test you. They're amplifying what's already there so you can finally see it clearly enough to shift it. This is why spiritual bypassing never works. You can't pretend your way to a different frequency. The field reads what you actually are, not what you claim to be. If you want the Arcturian field to reflect only your unified state, not your unconscious fears, not your inherited doubts, not your historical patterns, stabilize this truth now. You're ready for what comes next. Being versus desiring, the Arcturian creation mechanism. Here's the understanding that transforms everything. The Arcturians don't respond to what you want. They respond to what you are in this present moment. Humans operate under the assumption that desire generates manifestation. But from the Arcturian perspective, desire is merely surface static. The only variable that matters is the state of being you're inhabiting right now. Because your wanting exists only in thought, while your being broadcasts an actual electromagnetic signature that the field reads with absolute precision and responds to without exception. Consider this carefully. You speak about wanting financial abundance, but internally, your nervous system is contracted. Your breathing is restricted, and wealth triggers survival fear. From the Arcturian grid's perspective, your signal is broadcasting scarcity, not prosperity. You speak about wanting intimate connection, but you armor yourself against vulnerability. You distrust deep relating, You unconsciously believe you're not deserving of love. Your signal is broadcasting closure, not openness. You speak about wanting alignment, awakening, clarity, but you resist the unknown, grasp for certainty, and question your own inner knowing. Your signal is broadcasting contraction, not expansion. The Arcturian field doesn't interpret your stated intentions. It reads your frequency composition, the electromagnetic totality of your thoughts, emotional states, and subconscious patterning. The field always responds to your state of being, not your goals, not your affirmations, not your vision boards, not your spoken desires. Your being. Your state of being is the architectural blueprint. Your frequency is the creative command. Your coherence is the access code. And here's what surprises most people. Even your fear, when you're authentic about it, creates a cleaner signal than performed positivity. The field prioritizes authenticity over appearance. Why? Because authenticity is inherently coherent, and coherence is the fundamental language of creation. This is why countless people apply every technique and see no results. They're attempting to manipulate the field instead of becoming the frequency they want to experience. The Arcturians emphasize one fundamental principle. You create from what you stabilize as a state, not from what you desire as an outcome. Your life isn't shaped by what you claim to want. It's shaped by what you consistently are on an energetic level. And here's where the real power emerges. Once you internalize this mechanism, you stop chasing external results and start cultivating internal states. That's when the field responds instantaneously. That's when timelines reorganize themselves. That's when reality becomes fluid. Not because you pleaded with the universe, but because you finally matched the frequency signature of the version of you that already embodies what you've been seeking. What this means practically is that you can stop doing and start being. Instead of asking, how do I manifest abundance? You ask, what does abundance feel like as a state? And then you practice inhabiting that state regardless of external circumstances. The Arcturians respond to the state, not the circumstances. This is the shift from doing consciousness to being consciousness. Here's another layer to this. Most manifestation teachings tell you to act as if you already have what you want. But that often creates more internal contradiction because you're still aware you're pretending. The Arcturian approach is different. It's not about acting as if. It's about finding the actual frequency that already exists within you, because the version of you that has what you seek already exists as a potential frequency in your field. You're not creating something new. You're tuning into a frequency that's already available. You're selecting which channel to broadcast on. This is why imagination is so powerful. When you imagine yourself in the desired state, you're not fantasizing. You're literally tuning your field to that frequency. The Arcturians read that tuning instantly. But here's the key. You have to be able to hold that frequency for more than a few seconds. Most people tune to it briefly, then tune back to their habitual frequency. The Arcturians respond to sustained broadcasting, not momentary glimpses. Activation. Arcturian embodiment shift. Before continuing, encode this understanding into your field. Type this phrase exactly. It transforms your signal from wanting to embodying, and the Arcturian grid registers that transformation immediately. I embody the frequency I wish to experience. As you write it, notice warmth radiating through your chest cavity, a gentle quieting in your mental space, a subtle recognition clicking into place within your awareness. This is the moment your desire dissolves and your embodiment activates. You're now broadcasting as a conscious creator. Proceed to the next layer. Why your spiritual practices worked temporarily and then stopped. This is one of the most misunderstood dynamics in consciousness work. Your meditation practice didn't fail you. Your affirmation work didn't fail you. Your visualization practice didn't fail you. Your healing modalities didn't fail you. They functioned exactly as designed. But they only functioned while your state remained coherent. The moment your internal state collapsed back into contradiction, the field began responding to that contradiction instead. This is why you experienced temporary peace, temporary breakthrough moments, temporary alignment, and then watched everything regress back into familiar patterns. It wasn't about lacking discipline. It wasn't about lacking commitment. It wasn't about lacking spiritual development. It was signal interference at the most fundamental level. Here's the actual sequence. You would sit in meditation. Your mind would settle. Your field would cohere. Reality would flow effortlessly. Then you would stop. Your unconscious conditioning would resurface. Your signal would fragment. The field would mirror that fragmentation perfectly. You would speak abundance affirmations. For brief moments, your energy would align with that frequency. But within hours, doubt patterns, fear responses, or historical memories would distort the signal again, and the field would recalibrate to those distortions with perfect accuracy. The Arcturians never criticized your inconsistency. They simply reflected it back to you. Because from their perspective, human spiritual practices aren't enlightenment tools. They're temporary coherence technologies. They can align your field momentarily, but they cannot maintain your alignment without your conscious participation. And here's the critical turning point. The Arcturians don't want your rituals. They want your sustained coherence. They don't care which methodology you use to get there. They don't care if you use breathwork, mantra, visualization, prayer, or silent sitting. The only question that matters to them is, does your field remain stable, or does it collapse back into fragmentation? Because once your signal stabilizes without requiring external techniques, the Arcturians completely shift how they interact with your consciousness. Synchronistic events accelerate. Feedback loops become immediate. Intuitive guidance becomes unmistakable. Timeline responsiveness increases. Manifestation speed quickens. Your emotional patterns become transparent. Other people's reactions become precise reflections, and your field becomes readable at previously inaccessible frequencies. Your life stops feeling random or chaotic. Your inner world becomes the navigation system. And this is the exact moment the Arcturians lean closer, because now they can teach you direct energetic navigation instead of compensatory practices. This marks the beginning of conscious creation, not through effortful doing, but through stable frequency maintenance. Now, what we're exploring today is really just the surface of how consciousness operates as frequency. If you're feeling the depth of this transmission and want to go further into the complete architecture of conscious broadcasting, how to move from unconscious transmission to becoming the field itself, I've compiled everything into a quantum guide called Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery. It takes you through the 9 master frequencies and shows you how to shift from seeking to being, from manifestation to embodiment. It's linked in the pinned comment below. Another key insight. Many people believe they need to practice more or try harder when their techniques stop working. But often, the issue isn't quantity. It's that they've outgrown the training wheels. The practices worked to get you to a certain level of coherence. But now the Arcturians are inviting you to maintain that coherence as your natural baseline, rather than something you have to create through practice. This is graduation, not failure. Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you need training wheels to stay balanced. But once you develop the internal sense of balance, the training wheels actually prevent you from experiencing true stability. You have to remove them to access the real skill. Your spiritual practices were the training wheels. They served their purpose. Now the Arcturians are asking, can you maintain coherence without them? Can your natural state become what you used to have to work to achieve? This doesn't mean you stop all practices. It means your relationship to practice transforms. You're no longer practicing to get somewhere. You're practicing to express what you already are. There's a profound difference. One comes from lack. The other comes from overflow. If this resonates, it means you're in that transition point right now. The practices that used to work aren't working the same way because you're being called to a deeper level of integration. The Arcturians are showing you that you don't need the techniques anymore. You need to become the frequency the techniques were helping you access. This is the shift from spiritual practice to spiritual being. Activation, coherence, stabilization. Before moving forward, anchor the shift from temporary coherence to sustained frequency stability. Type this exactly. I maintain my coherence as my natural state. As you write it, notice the subtle release in your chest cavity, the quiet centering behind your eyes, the sensation of an internal anchor point forming. This is your field stabilizing. This is your signal becoming sustainable. This is the moment the Arcturians begin direct transmission. Proceed to the next layer. Authenticity, the Arcturian accelerator to coherence. This may be the most liberating truth the Arcturians reveal through their observation system. You don't need to be perpetually positive. You don't need to achieve perfection. You don't need to eliminate all fear. You don't need to reach some enlightened state. You only need to be radically authentic, because authenticity generates automatic coherence. It resolves the internal fracture between what you genuinely feel and what you perform feeling. It dissolves the split between who you actually are and who you pretend to be. An internal contradiction, not negative emotion, is what shatters your signal integrity. Humans believe that pretending to embody strength creates actual strength. Arcturians observe the opposite. Performance weakens the field. Authenticity fortifies it. Because when you're performing a state, you're broadcasting two simultaneous signals. The surface broadcast. I'm composed, I'm spiritual, I'm confident, I have it all together. And the underlying broadcast. Fear, uncertainty, grief, contraction, doubt. These two signals collide in the field. They neutralize each other. They generate incoherence. But the instant you become honest, truly, completely honest, your field consolidates into one unified frequency, even if that frequency carries challenging emotions. I'm afraid right now is more coherent than I'm pretending fearlessness. I feel scarcity is more coherent than I'm forcing abundance consciousness. I feel disoriented is more coherent than I'm acting like I have clarity. Because the field doesn't evaluate the content of your state. It evaluates the clarity of your signal. The Arcturians communicate this repeatedly to those under observation. Authenticity creates coherence. Coherence creates clarity. Clarity creates creative power. This is the Arcturian shortcut that most people miss. No elaborate rituals, no spiritual performance, No emotional masking, no forced positivity. Just truth. Clean, unfiltered, unconditional truth about your actual state. Once you allow your state to be precisely what it is without resistance, the field stops reflecting your contradiction and begins reflecting your truth. And truth possesses the capacity to evolve. Performance doesn't. Authenticity is the gateway. Coherence is the frequency. Stability is the initiation ceremony. Awakening is the natural result. When you stop fighting what you're actually experiencing, your experience stops fighting you. And the Arcturians can finally begin training your field directly, instead of constantly repairing the damage caused by internal contradiction. This also means that healing doesn't require you to feel good all the time. It requires you to feel authentic all the time. When you're authentically angry, that's coherent. When you're authentically grieving, that's coherent. When you're authentically uncertain, that's coherent. The Arcturians can work with any authentic state because authentic states have clear signals. It's only when you split yourself between what you feel and what you show that the signal becomes unreadable. Here's where this gets really interesting. The moment you become authentic about a negative emotion, that emotion often begins to transform naturally. Not because you're trying to change it, but because authenticity creates movement. Stuck emotions are stuck because they're being resisted or hidden. The moment you become fully honest about them, they have space to move through your system. This is why suppression never works, and why spiritual bypassing creates more problems than it solves. The Arcturians understand something most humans miss. Emotions aren't the problem. Dishonesty about emotions is the problem. An authentic expression of anger clears the field. A suppressed performance of peace fragments it. This is counterintuitive to most spiritual teaching, but it's fundamental to Arcturian field science. So if you're feeling something difficult right now, that's not a problem from the Arcturian perspective. The question is, are you being honest about it, or are you trying to spiritually bypass it? Honesty creates coherence. Bypassing creates static. The field always knows the difference. Activation, authenticity, alignment. Pause here. This activation is particularly powerful because it immediately dissolves internal contradiction and makes your field readable at significantly higher Arcturian frequencies. Type this phrase exactly. My authentic state is my coherent signal. As you write it, feel the shift occurring. A weight you didn't know you were carrying releases from your body. A deeper breath than usual moves through you. A sense of settling deeper into your actual self. This is alignment. This is clarity. This is creative power. Proceed to the next layer. State over story. What the Arcturians actually measure. This is the pivot point. This is where everything you've been taught about manifestation, healing, and spiritual awakening collapses, and the actual mechanism becomes visible. The Arcturians don't observe your narrative. Your historical timeline doesn't influence them. Your trauma history doesn't define you in their perception. Your accomplishments don't elevate your status. Your failures don't diminish your potential. Because your story exists in human time, but your state exists in electromagnetic reality, and the Arcturian field reads only electromagnetic reality. Your story sounds like, I'm this way because of my childhood conditioning. I struggle because of what was done to me. I'm blocked because of unresolved trauma, karmic debt, or predetermined destiny. I'm not ready because I failed in the past. But your state is what the field actually responds to. Your present moment coherence, your present moment frequency, your present moment internal alignment, your present moment emotional charge, your present moment identity vibration. Your historical timeline carries zero weight in Arcturian physics. Only your present moment frequency matters. This explains why someone carrying severe trauma can suddenly experience profound awakening and clarity, because their state in this moment is whole. And it explains why someone with an impressive success story can live in perpetual chaos, because their state in this moment is fragmented. State overrides story. Frequency overrides history. Energetic reality overrides memory-based identity. This is the Arcturian formula. And here's the breakthrough moment. The instant you transform your state, your timeline begins reorganizing immediately, even if nothing in your historical story changes at all. You don't need to heal your entire past. You don't need to resolve every wound. You don't need to reconstruct your whole life narrative. You only need to shift your present state, because acceptance expands your energetic field. Resistance contracts your energetic field. Presence stabilizes your energetic field. Fear fragments your energetic field. Awareness reorganizes your energetic field. This isn't psychological theory. This isn't emotional processing. This is Arcturian energetic science. Your state is the command signal. Your story is background noise. And once you fully understand this, you stop attempting to heal your history and start updating your frequency. That's when the Arcturians move closer. That's when the feedback accelerates exponentially. That's when coherence transforms into creative power. That's when manifestation becomes instantaneous rather than gradual. What this means is that you can have an incredibly difficult past and still create an extraordinary future. Not by healing every piece of the past, but by generating a coherent state in the present. The Arcturians don't care about your story. They care about your signal, and your signal exists only now. Your story ends in this moment. Your state begins right now. Pause. If you want the Arcturian field to respond to your present moment frequency instead of your historical narrative, encode this right now. Type this phrase exactly. My present state creates my experienced reality. As you write it, feel vertical alignment establishing through your spine, a quiet strength rising from your core, a sense of stepping into an entirely new identity frequency. This is the moment your story loses its creative power and your state becomes the primary signal. Proceed to the final layer. The window you're experiencing now, the Arcturian threshold moment. There are specific moments in a human lifetime when consciousness becomes perceptible in ways it wasn't before. Moments when your energetic field cracks open, your awareness sharpens dramatically, your intuitive senses spike, and something ancient within you awakens from dormancy. The Arcturians identify these moments as threshold sequences. A threshold sequence occurs at the intersection of 4 specific conditions. Your nervous system has developed enough sensitivity to perceive the energetic field directly. Your life circumstances have become unstable enough to demand transformation. Your consciousness has matured enough to accept complete responsibility. And the Arcturian observation grid intensifies its focus on your specific frequency signature. You are inside one of those windows right now. That's why synchronistic events have multiplied exponentially. That's why time perception feels distorted, accelerated, slowed, or looping in unusual ways. That's why your emotional responses are more intense than usual. That's why your intuitive knowing feels louder and more insistent. That's why old patterns can no longer hide in the shadows. That's why the pressure behind your awareness has increased to undeniable levels. This isn't randomness. This isn't destabilization or breakdown. This is contact. Threshold sequences are rare occurrences, and they don't remain open indefinitely. While the window is open, your manifestation velocity increases dramatically. The feedback becomes immediate and undeniable. Your field becomes readable at higher frequencies. Your timeline becomes malleable and responsive. Your choices echo more loudly through the field. Your coherence is amplified. Your contradictions are exposed with precision. Your evolutionary trajectory accelerates. But when the window eventually closes, you return to the slower rhythm of baseline observation. The Arcturians never pressure you with urgency, but they do illuminate the timing, not with fear-based manipulation, but with mathematical precision. Because what you choose during a threshold sequence determines whether you make a quantum leap forward or repeat the existing cycle. Right now, in this exact moment, your field is configured perfectly for transformation. You are awake, you are receptive, you are sensitive, you are open, you are paying attention, you are prepared. This isn't abstract philosophy, this is cosmic architecture. And the Arcturians have orchestrated this precise moment because your coherence has reached a threshold where conscious self-direction becomes genuinely possible. You are standing in the doorway between timelines. All that remains is the conscious choice to step through. Here's what makes this moment even more significant. Threshold windows don't just appear randomly. They appear when you've done enough internal work, often unconsciously, to handle the acceleration that comes with them. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't be here. The fact that you're watching this, reading these words, feeling these sensations, that itself is confirmation that you've reached the threshold. The Arcturians don't waste energy on observation. If you're being observed, you're ready. Think about what brought you here. It wasn't just curiosity. It wasn't just the algorithm. Something deeper in you recognized this transmission. That recognition is itself evidence of your readiness. The Arcturians have been preparing you for this moment through every synchronicity, every breakdown, every awakening, every loss, every gain. Everything has been calibrating your field for this threshold. Take a moment and share in the comments. What sign or synchronicity appeared in your life recently that you now recognize as the Arcturians responding to your frequency? Even the smallest detail matters. Your awareness of it strengthens the signal. And here's what most people don't understand about thresholds. They're not comfortable. Growth never is. The discomfort you've been feeling isn't a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that something's right. Your old frequency is being disrupted so a new one can establish. Your old identity is dissolving so a new one can emerge. Your old timeline is collapsing so a new one can form. This is supposed to feel intense. Intensity is the signature of transformation. But you have a choice in this moment. You can step through consciously with full awareness and intention. Or you can resist, and the window will eventually close, and you'll return to the previous cycle. The Arcturians offer the doorway, but they never force you through it. Free will is sacred to them. They amplify, they reflect, they guide, but they never override your choice. So right now, in this moment, what do you choose? Do you step through, or do you step back? Either choice is respected, but understand what each choice creates. Stepping through means acceleration, intensity, transformation, and ultimately, liberation. Stepping back means safety, familiarity, gradual change, and eventually, another threshold window when you're ready. Neither is wrong. but only one matches the frequency that brought you here. Activation: Arcturian Threshold Passage. Before entering the final transmission, anchor that you are consciously choosing to step through this threshold window. Type this phrase exactly: I consciously cross the Arcturian threshold. As you write it, feel a pull forward from your chest center, a shift in your breathing pattern, a subtle magnetic recognition clicking into place within your field. This is the moment the window acknowledges you. This is the moment the field adjusts to your conscious choice. This is the moment the new timeline initializes. Proceed to the final transmission. Final transmission: your Arcturian decision point. If you've arrived here, your energetic field has already undergone transformation. You can sense it. The unusual clarity, the atmospheric density, the heightened presence. You have crossed the threshold, and now you need to understand something fundamental. You will never return to who you were before this moment. You cannot unsee what has become visible. You cannot unknow what you now understand. Your frequency is broadcasting consciously. Your signal is visible across dimensions. Your trajectory is awakened. From this point forward, every thought you stabilize, every emotional state you embody, every intention you choose will be met with immediate quantum feedback from the field. You are no longer an unconscious broadcaster of inherited patterns. You are a conscious creator of experiential reality, but you were never meant to navigate this alone. Arcturian-level coherence requires ongoing support, continued guidance, consistent practice, and an energetic field strong enough to hold you stable while your timeline completes its upgrade process. That's why I created our exclusive member circle, a protected field of extended transmissions, weekly activations, and advanced techniques that cannot be shared in public formats. Inside the member circle, you'll receive extended Arcturian transmissions that go far deeper than anything possible in free content. Advanced timeline navigation practices that teach you to consciously direct your reality. Coherence calibration sessions that help you maintain stability during the upgrade. Behind-the-scenes teachings about the mechanics of consciousness. Extended activations that work with your field over time. Direct community grid work where we amplify each other's coherence. And advanced energetic training that most people never access. The member circle isn't just more content. It's a different frequency altogether. It's where the real work happens. It's where coherence becomes permanent instead of temporary. It's where you learn to maintain your signal without constant external support. It's where you discover techniques that the Arcturians only transmit to those who've proven their commitment to the path. Inside the circle, you'll learn how to read your own field the way the Arcturians read it. You'll discover how to detect signal interference before it manifests in your reality. You'll understand how to consciously navigate timeline branches. You'll master the art of state cultivation. You'll learn to maintain coherence through challenge, chaos, and uncertainty. These aren't teachings you can find anywhere else, because they come directly from working with the Arcturian frequency at the deepest levels. And perhaps most importantly, you'll be held within a collective field of others who are doing this work. The Arcturians understand something profound about group coherence. When multiple beings align their fields intentionally, the amplification isn't additive, it's exponential. Your individual practice becomes exponentially more powerful when held within a coherent group field. This is why mystery schools have always functioned as circles, not as isolated practitioners. The collective field creates an energetic container that makes individual transformation possible at speeds that would otherwise take lifetimes. Think about it this way. Right now, you're swimming in a collective human field, that's largely incoherent. Most people around you are broadcasting fragmented signals, unconscious patterns, inherited conditioning. That ambient frequency creates resistance to your coherence. It's like trying to tune a radio in a room full of static. But inside the member circle, you're surrounded by people who are actively cultivating coherence. The ambient frequency supports your signal instead of interfering with it. This changes everything. If this transmission has resonated with you at this depth, then you already feel the pull. So here's the direct invitation. Join the member circle and anchor your field inside a sustained, coherent grid, not just for this moment, but as a permanent foundation. Your next evolutionary step won't happen through chance or hoping. It happens through alignment, clear intention, and structured field support. The doorway is open, the frequency is stable, the grid is active and responsive, and you have already stepped into the field. Now choose to remain in the field permanently. Click Join and enter the circle. Your Arcturian timeline begins in this decision. And if you're someone who resonates with this frequency, who feels called to this work, who recognizes the Arcturian signal in your own life, then I invite you to subscribe. Not just to this channel, but to this frequency, to this field, to this movement of conscious beings who are choosing to wake up together. Because the more of us who hold this coherence, the more the collective field shifts. Your individual awakening contributes to the collective awakening. This isn't just personal transformation, it's planetary transformation. Before we close this transmission, take one more moment. Drop into your body, feel what's present, notice what's shifted, and then, if you feel called, share one word in the comments that captures the energy or intention you're choosing to embody moving forward. Just one word. Let it be your energetic signature in this field. Let it be your declaration to the Arcturians that you are conscious, present, and ready. Your one word creates a ripple in the collective field. When enough of us broadcast our conscious intentions together, we create what the Arcturians call a coherence node, a point of concentrated awareness that stabilizes not just our individual timelines, but the timeline of the collective. Your word matters. Your frequency matters. Your choice to show up consciously in this moment matters more than you realize. The Arcturian observation isn't ending, it's intensifying. Because you've proven that you can perceive it, acknowledge it, and work with it consciously. From this moment forward, your reality will continue reflecting your signal with increasing precision. The feedback will become faster. The manifestations will become clearer. The synchronicities will become undeniable. But remember, this isn't about perfection. This is about coherence. You don't need to maintain a perfect state every moment. You just need to notice when you've drifted and choose to return to center. The Arcturians aren't judging your fluctuations. They're simply responding to whatever you broadcast. So when you notice yourself broadcasting fear, doubt, or contraction, don't judge it. Just acknowledge it. Feel it authentically, and then choose a different frequency when you're ready. That's the practice. That's the path. You've been detected. Your field is being scanned. Your signal is being read. And the Arcturians are showing you, through every experience, through every reflection, through every synchronicity, exactly what you're broadcasting. This is the gift. This is the teaching. This is the initiation. Welcome to conscious creation. Welcome to energetic mastery. Welcome to the Arcturian frequency. Your journey has already begun. All that remains is to continue walking the path with awareness, authenticity, and courage. The field is with you. The Arcturians are guiding you, and the collective is holding space for your transformation. If this transmission activated something in you, consider re-watching it tomorrow morning before you start your day. Let it recalibrate your field when it's most receptive. And if someone in your life is experiencing unexplainable synchronicities or feels like reality is shifting around them, share this with them. That act of sharing doesn't just help them, it reinforces your own coherence and creates an energetic ripple that the Arcturians recognize and amplify through both your fields. Step forward. Your timeline is waiting. Now, if you're beginning to recognize that you're not actually the voice inside your head, but something observing it, you need to understand what that observer field really is and how it completely transforms your relationship to thought, emotion, and reality itself. The next transmission reveals the mechanics of the observer consciousness and why realizing you're not the one inside your head is the doorway to true freedom. Watch that now.